In 1918, Pearl is a young woman living with her German immigrant parents on their Texas homestead while her husband, Howard, serves in World War I. Her father is infirm and paralyzed, and her domineering mother, Ruth, insists that she help care for both him and the farm as they isolate themselves to protect against the Spanish flu. Pearl, captivated by the movies she sees, aspires to be a chorus girl or a film star, which Ruth disapproves of, and chafes under the forced isolation. Pearl also shows signs of psychopathy. She kills farm animals and physically abuses her father. Sneaking away to the movie theater while waiting for her father's prescription, Pearl meets a young projectionist who takes a liking to her. On the way home, Pearl dances with a scarecrow at a cornfield and masturbates with it, fantasizing about him. When her mother realizes that the extra money is missing, she berates Pearl and withholds her supper. Pearl hears from Mitzi, her rich and beautiful sister-in-law, of an audition to find new dancers for a traveling troupe, and envisions it as her escape from the farm. She later visits the projectionist, who shows her a free ride, an illicit stag film he acquired in France, and encourages her to pursue her dreams. Pearl comments that she cannot abandon her family, and that she wishes they would just die. When Ruth finds a theater program Pearl hid, the two get into a fierce argument over dinner. A physical altercation erupts, during which Pearl shoves her mother against the kitchen hearth, igniting her dress and inflicting life-threatening burns. Pearl drags Ruth into the basement and leaves her father seated in the kitchen. She flees to the movie theater, where she has sex with the projectionist. In the morning, the projectionist drives Pearl home to prepare for the audition. He is disturbed by a now maggot-infested roasted pig that Mitzi's mother left for Ruth the day before, the inconsistencies in Pearl's stories, and her behavior. When he attempts to leave, Pearl flies into a fit of rage at the perceived abandonment, and stabs him to death with a pitchfork. She pushes his car into a pond, where an alligator she nicknames Theta eats his remains. Pearl dresses herself in one of Ruth's Bellaput gowns, and dresses up her father before smothering him to death. Pearl arrives at the church to attend the audition. She thinks her dance performance will impress the talent scouts, but is rejected for not being young, blonde, or all-American. Mitzi accompanies her home in an attempt to console her. In the kitchen, Pearl makes a lengthy and disturbing confession to Mitzi regarding many things, from resentment toward her husband, Howard, to killing her parents and the projectionist. Pearl then intimidates a stunned Mitzi into confessing that she won the audition. Pearl then chases Mitzi down the driveway and kills her with an axe. Pearl feeds Mitzi's dismembered body to Theta, then goes into the basement and lies next to Ruth's corpse. Concluding that her mother was right that Pearl should make the best of what she has, she decides to atone for her crimes by creating a comfortable home for Howard. An indeterminate number of days later, Howard returns and is greeted with the long decomposed bodies of Pearl's parents seated at the dining table around the rotting feast. Pearl greets him with a protracted, pained smile,